What's the best loophole you've ever found? I found this insane money glitch at my college bookstore that made me $7,000 in 3 semesters and almost got me kicked out of school. So I was working part-time at State University's bookstore during my sophomore year. Every semester we'd do textbook buybacks where students would bring in their used books, and we'd give them like $15 for a book they paid $200 for. Then we'd slap a $99 price tag on it and put it back on the shelf. Total scam, but whatever pays minimum wage, right? One day, I'm checking in returned books, and I noticed something weird about our system. The computer only tracks books by their ISBN numbers. It doesn't keep records of who sold what or when, just scans the barcode and spits out a buyback price. That's when this crazy idea hit me. I started checking Facebook Marketplace and those college buy-sell groups. Turns out tons of students were basically giving away textbooks for free or selling them super cheap because they just wanted them gone. I'm talking $20 psychology textbooks that our store bought back for $60. Same exact book, same edition, everything. My first test run was small. Found this girl Emma selling her calculus book for $5 because she failed the class and never wanted to see it again. I bought it, drove to the bookstore the next day and sold it back for $43. Easiest $38 profit of my life. But I knew if I kept showing up with books, they'd get suspicious. So I recruited my roommates Jess and Tyler. We worked out this whole system. I'd find the books online and buy them with cash, so there was no paper trail. Then we'd take turns bringing them in on different days wearing different clothes. Jess would wear her hair up. I'd wear a baseball cap. Tyler would throw on his glasses. Basic disguise stuff, but it worked. The sweet spot was spacing out our visits. Never the same person twice in 1 week. Never more than 3 books at once because that looked normal for broke college students. We even made up stories about why we were selling. Tyler would say he switched majors. Jess would claim she was transferring schools. I'd say I was taking a gap year. The bookstore employees were mostly other students who didn't care enough to pay attention. They'd scan the books, check the condition, and hand over cash. No questions asked. We were making bank. Some weeks we'd pull in $400 split 3 ways. Other weeks maybe $100. Depended on what textbooks people were getting rid of. My biggest score was this organic chemistry bundle. Found some grad student who was moving across the country and needed everything gone fast. She sold me 5 books for $25 total. Our buyback price for those same books was $312. I literally bought her groceries for a week and walked away with almost $300 in profit. By my junior year, we had this thing down to a science. Tyler made spreadsheets tracking which books sold for the highest buyback prices. Jess found the best Facebook groups and Craigslist posts. I handled the actual purchasing and we rotated selling duties. Split everything 3 ways after expenses. The money was insane. I covered my rent, groceries, gas, everything. Stopped eating ramen every night. Actually had spending money for once. Tyler paid off his credit card debt. Jess started saving for study abroad. We felt like criminal masterminds, but technically we weren't breaking any rules. Then spring semester of junior year, everything changed. I walk into the bookstore to sell back some economics textbooks, and there's this new sign by the register. All buyback transactions now require student ID and get logged in the system. They'd figured out someone was gaming their process. I panicked and left without selling anything. Later found out they'd noticed unusual patterns in their inventory reports. Too many high-value books getting bought back without corresponding sales records. Someone in corporate got suspicious and demanded stricter tracking. That was it. Game over. We'd made almost $7,000 over 3 semesters, and nobody ever caught us directly, but the party was done. Tyler wanted to try using fake IDs, but I wasn't risking getting expelled over textbook money.